Yeah, thank you so much. It's a great opportunity and an honor to be here today with all of you. Especially thanks for the countries that are hosting us, especially my own country, Canada. It's really the last few months has been quite busy on our side, so it's great. Summits like this one are important to the fight for human rights around the world. As a young Canadian around the world, I see us at a pivotal moment where, as we face these challenges we've heard about today and many other challenges. We're seeing young people stepping forward out of frustration, out of being tired of feeling disenfranchised from the democratic process, challenging the decay of democracy itself. And we're seeing them in the streets marching, taking to social media to have their voices heard. We see young people now at the forefront of the fight for human rights. We saw the uprisings in the Middle East, the young people leading the toppling of dictatorships. We saw students in Hong Kong demanding for a fair and open election. Unfortunately, they continue that fight right now. We see the struggle in Pakistan and Kenya and around the world where over 66 million young women and girls are fighting for the basic right to an education. And we see in America right now, unfortunately, with the Black Lives Matter campaign, where young African Americans are unfortunately having their lives ended too quickly by police brutality. All these movements are led by young people. They involve young people. Young people are not apathetic, as many may challenge. They want their voices heard. They want to be part of the process. They want to have their rights protected. As a young gay man, I know this all too well, as I've led a campaign in my country for the last few years, fighting to end the discriminatory gay blood ban in our own country. And unfortunately, in over 70 countries, I would still be prosecuted, and I could be in prison for being gay. Governments have the responsibility to protect young people, their rights, and engage them in a democratic process. An obligation to fight for and protect our basic human rights, to engage us in a continued dialogue. Young people must be part of the discussion and the debate, not just at home, but also abroad. We saw that just 2 months ago, actually, in Paris, with world leaders coming together with members of civil society to engage, to come to a global agreement that included intergenerational equity, a global agreement to fight for climate change that has future generations in mind. As a young Canadian, I'm extremely proud of our new government, the steps they've taken in these past few months to re-engage young people at home, with a Prime Minister who has also taken on the responsibility and role of Minister of Youth. I'm proud of these steps they've taken to re-engage in the international community, the leadership they've demonstrated in Paris in the fight against climate change, and in the refugee crisis currently right now, accepting thousands more refugees with open arms. My government, the new government of Canada, is becoming a leader as an example of how governments can engage young people in the fight for human rights and stronger democracy. However, as an activist, and as many of us, we often fall into the mindset that with electoral change, the fight is over. This fight is never over. We can always do better. We can always keep moving forward. We can always continue fighting. Though I'm extremely hopeful that with our government and what other governments around the world, what we can accomplish on this fight and what we'll hear from many panelists over the next day and what we can move forward with. So I want to thank you so much for giving me this opportunity and look forward to the next day. Thank you.